The Gators will kick it away to start us off. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. The offense set for a first down play. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. One of the offshoots of expansion, particularly in the Big Ten, was how viable could the ACC remain, and it just sort of ramps up the stakes when they meet on the field.
Yeah, I think all of this conference realignment, all the money talk, the loss of rivalries, but it's the haves and the have-nots. And let's be honest, the SEC and the Big Ten are the big two gorillas, right? Anytime you can make a statement and dent these two big powerhouse conferences, go do it.
I think the ACC, too, is going to play with a chip on his shoulder. And back in conference realignment, it was the best four programs from the Pac-12 that all chose the Big Ten and not the ACC. So this one will be interesting.
So already they've hit a speed bump on this opening drive. It's 3rd and 8. Give to the running back. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. So Missouri will have to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. He'll aim it toward the sideline to try to make it tough on the return team. First down for this offense. They'll give it to Johnson. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. And the Gators headed quickly to the line. Going to the running game. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. And the boys of old Florida are getting it done on the ground.
And you've seen time periods in history in Florida where they didn't care.
And he's got it inside the 25. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, and now the defense is really on its heels. Able to make the stop after a gain of 2 to the 22. As college football evolves, guys, and players have more rights and they capitalize on name, image, and likeness, and teams are in different conferences, maybe the biggest thing and the thing that keeps coaches up at night, dealing with the transfer portal.
Because they got to make sure that everybody in their locker room is happy. Oftentimes, you're re-recruiting your own players and trying to keep the wolves at bay, and the phone calls that are coming in from other programs trying to steal your guys. It is not easy. Probably as difficult as it's ever been, David, to be a head coach now with the transfer portal.
It is, and think about players, man. If I'm not happy, if I'm not getting the run I want, like, I can just leave. I can go somewhere else. I can get paid by another opportunity. So I think players always having their eyes to that portal, looking at a better destination, makes it miserable for coaches.
Listen, I know there are a lot of DBs out there that all they want to do is get interceptions and dance in the end zone. This dude likes to put his face in the fan, get close to the line of scrimmage, tackle, and on the opening drive, if he's out there, he gets a huge tackle for loss early. That is a statement play.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
They're bringing heat. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And that's a great job by this defense. You don't care about yards anymore. Yards are arbitrary. Let them drive down the field, so be it. You want to keep touchdowns off the board, and they might have just done that with a sack right there.
And this one splits the uprights. And the first points of the day come on that field goal. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. If you had a DB on the bingo card for the first sack of the game, you win.
Man, and I've been here before, Reese. Like, I can hear the trash talk right now. Like, wait a minute. I got to cover everybody in the back end, and I'm going to get sacks. Like, hey, defensive line, you want to get me some sacks? Or I guess I'll do it myself.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Fires to the big fella. And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown. That was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting to his progression.
The Tigers will have it 1st and 10. Leaves it with the running back. You'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6. Up-tempo for the offense. They'll go right back to him. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Missouri wants to go fast. Dropping back, it's Cook. Quickly complete. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker. Missouri will have to send out the punt team.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early, and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
The Gators sending the offense back to work. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your... He's going for it all. It's complete. A huge pickup. Right down the gut of the field. Touchdown, Florida. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
That is such a nice job by the receiver there in that trick play, acting like he's going to block and then getting downfield. He was wide open, thinking to himself, just don't drop this, just don't drop this. All he had to do was catch it and run it into the end zone.
Well, and I think people underestimate the timing of a flea flicker, right? When you got to hand the football off, get the toss back, and the quarterback now be in sync with the receiver, and he catches it, you're right, and then gets into the end zone like he's supposed to for the big-time play.
And the returner will be dragged down. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
As they come over the football, 1 minute to go here in the first. Use the play fake, now to throw. Pressure got to him, couldn't get rid of it, and they got him for a safety. So after that safety, they'll kick it away from their own 20.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. First down here for the offense. He's going to pass. The quick out. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
To the air. It's Lagway. Getting some heat. He'll loft one deep down the left side. A beautifully placed ball to the outside, and the toe drag for the big pickup.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
They've moved to the 16. It's 1st and 10. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
All right, offense has got to be better. You've done a nice job getting the football to this point in the red zone, but now you can't go backwards. You've got to be able to get rid of the football if it's not there, and that was a terrible play giving up the sack.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Steps away. It falls incomplete, and that'll be the final play of the period. Now facing a 3rd down as they line up after the break. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. And they're going to head out the lineup for a field goal. He's already put 3 on the board. Earlier this time, a 38-yard try. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And that lead grows even bigger. After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. Coming out with it, it's Jones. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some first downs together. Get some good mojo there.
Got it across the 20 and out to the 23. A pickup of 4.
Just a simple power play. Power football. Be strong. Be big. Be physical. Make it a 4th quarter game. Make them feel you. Keep them off balance.
On 3rd and short, they'll ride the running back here. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Missouri gets to the line quickly. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. So Missouri will have to punt it away. A low line drive and short kick. And after the punt, that's where they'll mark it, just outside the 30-yard line. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll...
Can anyone catch him? A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
The throw. It's incomplete. Good job by the defense sticking with its coverage.
I love the decision by the quarterback. He found the open man, just don't love the throw. Got to be a little bit more accurate, make it easier on the target.
This offense has a second down play. Looking to throw, it's flag way. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. It'll be incomplete. Tried to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open.
You see these windows, they're getting smaller and smaller to throw into. Really nice job by the defense that time, getting a hand in there, knocking that ball away.
Being started out great on this drive, but then a couple of incompletions, and now it's 3rd and 10. The aerial assault continues. Quarterback floating away from pressure. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. And here comes the field goal unit. This kicker has already made a couple today. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And now the lead is even bigger. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Arkansas is currently ahead in this one, but boy, there have to be some nervous moments for the folks in Fayetteville. They have not been able to pull away. They're up by 7 over the Sharks. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. On the move. Got enough for the first. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. Just going to keep it after the snap. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. Missouri wants to go fast. Using his feet. Past the 45. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. Looking to pass, it's Cook. Oh, picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
As a quarterback, you've got to give your receiver an opportunity to make the play. You've got to put the ball on his body. And that throw gets away a little bit from the QB, and that leads to the tip and the interception.
The Gators sending the offense back to work. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. Be interesting to see what happens here on the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
And last incompletion leaves him with 2nd and 10 from the 23. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Crosses to 35. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down.
It's so hard for a defense to have to stop plays like that because it really forces you to play with great eye discipline. You see the pre-snap motion. Defense doesn't know if he's just running across the field and he's going to run a route, if he's going to block, or if he has the football. That time, he was able to outflank the defense and hurt them to get that 1st down.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Unloads it left. It's caught. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
Well, this offense told us coming in they were going to challenge this secondary early and often. They were going to use their speed to their advantage and take advantage of this quarterback's touch and arm talent. And they already in the second quarter, they've got over 200 yards thrown.
Back to throw, it's Lagway. Fires left. Got his man downfield. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. First and goal from the 9. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. Fast motion from the offense. Quick pass on the fly motion. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Gator!
I think you love starting the year off with some momentum, and that's exactly what this offense is doing. They're firing on all cylinders, defense doing their job as well. This team getting out the gates to start the season in great fashion.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they capped things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff team out there set to boot it away. He'll bring it out. It's Jones. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Mizzou has it back on the offense coming out on the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there, got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The offense lining up for a first down play. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. He leaves it with his back. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. He'll send out 5 wide receivers on 2nd and 4. He'll take it himself. And this defense has its work cut out to get this dude on the ground. He was shedding serious tackles on his way to picking up the first.
Yankee blue! Yankee blue!
A run for the quarterback. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. And the Tigers will hustle to the line. Quarterback keeps it. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks. Missouri has it ready to go with another first down. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. Couldn't fight his way out of his grasp. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Back to throw, it's Cook. He's going to take off. At the 20, he's got space. Oh, ball's out. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
Man, it's so hard to keep a rabbit in the cage, that quarterback, right? He's going to scramble around. He's going to make plays, and when he gets outside the pocket, you're just trying to get a hand on him. How about getting a hand on him, forcing the fumble, and recovering it? Great job by the defense continuing to chase that QB.
Pulls it in. That's a nice pickup to give them some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27. Quick tempo here for the offense. He'll come out throwing on first down. Quick strike complete. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. He wants to throw. Unloads to the right. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. After the misfire, now on second down. He's looking to throw. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. Looking to push the pace with the no huddle. To the air on first down. Throws to the wideout. It's complete. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. No huddle offense to the line. Looking to go up top on first down. Pressure coming. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receivers.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Here they come to try it again on 2nd and 10 from the 29.
Easy.
Looking downfield, it's Lagway. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Working the middle. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. They'll go to the air. He's got it. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
He wants to pass it on 2nd down. Touchdown, Florida! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And I love this offense, man. Staying aggressive. Just because you got the lead, you know people can score points in bunches. This offense keeps the foot on the accelerator, scores again on the final play. Now this offense has even more of a cushion going into halftime.
And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Kickoff team has the ball teed up, and they're about ready to go. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to.
Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line.
And a big reason why this team has the lead in this game is because of plays like that. They know they've got firepower throwing the ball. They've got the dudes outside that can make things happen.
He lost one down the sideline. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be 2nd down.
These DBs better stay ready because even though they're trailing by a lot in this game, the opponent's not trying to run the ball and bleed the clock. They are still taking shots, so you're going to have to continue to try to make plays back there deep.
Oh, he loves to fire downfield. Complete downfield. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. From the red zone, looking for a man. Buys a little time with his feet. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Quarterbacks are, there's so many adjectives to describe them. Calm, cool, collected, accurate, so on and so on. But a lot of times it's just smart. Understanding the situation, the down and distance, and knowing where that first down marker is. Great job going to get that first down. New set of downs.
That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Touchdown, Gator! And the pummeling has started.
And added on again, this offense has done whatever they want, however they want, and this lead has ballooned. When you start a season off, you want to build momentum. You want to defeat an opponent and beat them badly. That's exactly what they've done. This team looks ready to compete for a national championship.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. And after that last turnover, David, prime example, sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
And it just puts you behind the 8 ball. I mean, this offense has to do something, put it together.
Fires one high and deep. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down.
This quarterback has been struggling to find a rhythm in this game so far. Didn't have a ton of success in the first half, so here he is trying to ignite the offense with a deep shot, but they're not able to come away with the completion.
At the 35, he's got room. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards. Missouri gets to the line quickly. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a 3rd down stop. Wide receiver shows motion. They'll run for it on 3rd and short. Still running at the 40. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line. Missouri really moving on offense, set up with another first down. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He gets it across the 25 to the 24, give him 5 on the carry. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down. Guys, he's up to 103 yards on the ground, and that will put him over 100, and what a way to start the season. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating him up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal.
Green 25, ready.
They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And it looks as if he'll pick up maybe a couple. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. And the holder will spot it on the 14 for a 24-yard attempt. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. And they'll put 3 on the board, but the deficit remains huge. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Gators sending the offense back to work. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid comments.
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
College football, man, there's so much speed on the field now. Your safeties are smaller, they're quicker, they're faster, they're more versatile than ever. They can rush the passer. You can send them at any time. Great job by the free safety, getting to the quarterback, getting the big sack.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it's caught inside the 25. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. That is a jolt of energy for the offense to get out of trouble in field position, and now all kinds of room to work. Fires to the wideout. Snags it. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. The Gators moving quickly to the line. They'll run it on 1st and goal. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Moving out of the pocket. Firing to the right, complete. Touchdown, Florida! And the route is on. Another touchdown for this guy, and he's starting to get in a groove the way Terry Dean did when he set the single-game record with 7 touchdowns.
Another one. I mean, just putting up stats. This guy's finding the end zone, and he can do it all. Just showing it off left and right. When you play in such a physical league like the SEC, but you got a guy like this that can get an extra 1st down and really keep those chains moving and score big plays and big touchdowns, good luck stopping him.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Not a lot of movement on that one. The defense in position. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Movement here from the tight end. Running back searching for a hole. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And he intercepts it. Just a small return, but a big play as they have it now at the 45.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Looking to move it through the air. He makes a catch. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the 1st down. They want to get this defense on its heels. And at this point, the defense looks as if they've been in one of those dizzy bat races. They've got no idea where the ball's coming from. He's over 500 yards passing.
Yeah, this is a Heisman Trophy level performance from this guy. The accuracy, the decision-making, the athleticism, everything has been on display.
Fires to the right. Got his man. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. The Gators racing to the line in the hurry-up. A 1st down run in the red zone. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. Now it's 2nd and goal. Looking to throw, it's Lagway. The throw to the outside is complete. Touchdown, Gator! And the beatdown has ensued.
And I just love what I'm seeing from this team. Like, going on the road, game one, where you're still figuring out who you are and what you do well. Another scoring drive by this offense. Looks like they're going to get the dub in a hostile environment to start the season.
He'll bring it out. It's Jones. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Touchdown, Florida! How about that D coming up with a play like that?
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Jones. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Looking downfield, it's Cook. Hit as he throws. Just about had another one picked off. They have been way too reckless with the football, throwing it away 3 times already. Now on 3rd and 10, if they can move the chains here, maybe they can get this drive started. They'll run it from the gun. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down.
Well, they came into this game today knowing that this guy was going to have to leave his mark in this one, toting the rock, and he's done that. He's come up with some big plays, and he continues to do that here late at a juncture where they've got to continue running it if they're going to win.
They're getting this guy lathered up. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And it's a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting in the backfield, making the play.
It'll be a draw. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Tell you, they tried to go draw in the middle of the field. That back had nowhere to go with the football. He was tackled right away for a loss.
They've made 3rd down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. Missouri will have to send out the punt team. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines. Not his best work. Three tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And I can't tell you how much I love seeing corners being willing to come up and tackle. That is so huge for a defense. You can't olay blocks and create space. You can't just hang out on the outside. You got to go set that edge.
And converse.
Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Bringing it back. He's inside the 40. The 20. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, Missouri!
And this defense has had a rough day, but how about this play? Breaking on the football, making the pick, taking it to the house, maybe build some momentum for some future games.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Illinois is ahead right now, but the school that produced the likes of Dick Butkus and Red Grange has some work to do before this is over. They're up by 7 over Air Force. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup. He's now over 150 yards on the day. They're finding ways to get him the ball, much like the Gators did in 07, getting it to Percy Harvin, who had 100-yard receiving games and 100-yard rushing games that year.
He was just such a weapon. When you got weapons, you learn how to use them, and you learn how to deploy them in all kinds of different ways. If I'm Florida, continue to find ways to find that guy, because whether it's zone, man, whatever, he wins.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
They have work in front of them on 3rd and short from the 42. They'll try to get the first through the air. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. And the Gators have it with a 1st and 10. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in their gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You can tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Wants to throw. It's Lagway. And the rush will get to him at the 25. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. And after this play, the cake will be baked. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. They run into a bit of trouble here. 3rd and long from the 25, and the last thing they want is to get knocked out of field goal range. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Incomplete. He took a shot on the final play of the quarter and couldn't quite find his man. We waited so long to start the season, and just the way you want to start, getting that first victory.
And the first games are so much fun. You've been practicing against each other over and over all through camp. Now you get to come out, start the season off 1-0, Jesse. Great start.
It was a great start for the winning team. Now, for the losing team, obviously not the way you want to get into this season. There were some mistakes with execution, and guys are going to have to do a better job individually. But that's why you play the games. You get to now go back to the drawing board, get back on the practice field, try and iron out these wrinkles. It's a long season ahead. A lot to play for.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.